Good morning, Year 2. So this is our second and last lesson looking at quarter past and quarter to the hour. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over it and then go through some examples of the questions you will find on your PowerPoint. So here we have 1:15. So my shorthand, the hour hand, is telling me what hour of the day it is, and it is 1 o'clock. And my minute hand, the longer hand, is pointing at the number 3. This means it is quarter past the hour. I'll show you again how it is linked to our fractions or our pizza slices. So the clock is just like the shape, a circle. And you can see here how it can be split into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we think back to our fractions, this section of my shape or my clock is a quarter of the shape. And that is why when I say to you, can you show me quarter past the hour, my minute hand goes to the 3, because the 3 is exactly where it will show my quarter of the shape, okay? And remember, it will always start right at the top, which is number 12, okay? That's when the hour starts again. So it goes from 0 minutes down to 15. All the way around, it is 60 minutes, okay? So we're always going clockwise around the clock. Now, to show quarter to the hour, where do you think my minute hand might be? I'll just rub these fraction lines out for you. So it's not going to be the 3 because that just shows a quarter. This time, I need to show quarter to the next hour. So it's 15 minutes away. And it's going to go to the number 9, okay? Because again, I've gone around my clock and it's been 1, 2, 3 quarters, and it's got 1 quarter left to go, that minute hand, until it reaches a brand new hour. Quarter to the new hour. Now, you don't need to do this, but it would be so useful for you to learn, although you will go over it in year 3. But that hour hand also moves. And it's just going to move a little bit in between the 1 and the 2. It's going to be nearer the 2 than the 1, okay? So the more that minute hand moves, the more that hour hand moves between the 2 numbers. So it's closer now to turning 2 o'clock in the day. So it means that the hour hand is also going to show that it's getting closer to 2 o'clock. Now, we've got a couple of questions to look at with problem solving about quarter past. I think what's really useful for you to know is that a clock is just the same as a number line that we use. So here I have counted in 5s. So I always start at 0, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, okay? But instead of being a line, a number line, my clock goes around. And I start, well, my 0 starts at 12, start of my day, and I go round. Again, I count up in 5s. Do you see all these little lines that I've drawn in between the numbers? They show a minute. Now there are 5 between each number. So, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, quarter of an hour is 15 minutes, 20, 25, 30, 30 minutes in half an hour, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Remember, there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, so that's why we get to the top and start again. Now, if I said to you, it was, let me put a time on my clock. And it'd be great if you could use a clock set you made, or you can even draw one now during this lesson. If I said to you it was, my shorthand, okay, it's 2:15, okay? Now, we have playtime and it's 30 minutes long. So where do you think my minute hand is going to go to? Well, I'll explain. Some of you might already know this, but there are 30 minutes, of course, in half an hour. Now again, look at my clock like a shape. Can you move this minute hand halfway around my shape or my clock? It's going to go to the 9. Because you can see the 2 halves of my shape. Okay? So whenever I say to you, add half an hour, it just means go halfway around that shape from where you started. Or what you could do is count up in 5s. So 30 minutes, but if I start here on 0 and count up in 5s, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 minutes. Here is my answer. It's 2:45. And I might actually, you don't need to, like I said before, I might just change that hour hand to show it closer to 3. Here's another one for you, our last question to go over. Now, if I was trying to tell the time, and it is, try a different time for you. It is 4:15, okay? And in quarter of an hour, it's going to be 4:30. Am I correct? Yes, I am, okay? Again, I think a lot of you are really confident with time, but it's so tricky, but I need to prove why. In quarter of an hour, it's going to be 4:30. Well, first of all, where is 4:30 on any clock? It's at the number 6. So I'll draw my imaginary minute hand where it's going to go. There it is. Is there 15 minutes between my start and my end point? Yes, there is. 15 minutes in quarter of my clock or shape. Can you see how this is quarter of a shape? Or you can think of it in those 5s. So again, 5, 10, 15. Okay? So you have got a quiz now to be getting on with from Miss Parker. If you have any questions, you know where I am on Edmodo.